Let's talk about the elephant in the room before we get to this Texas special election. Donald Trump. What is Donald Trump's influence now on the party? Well, let's be clear about something here, and this isn't an opinion, this is a fact. You cannot be openly anti-Trump and succeed at a national level in the Republican Party today. You cannot. I don't care if you hate his guts. If you're screaming at the TV right now, don't bother. I'm not waving his pom-poms. What I told you is a fact. You don't have to like him. Shoot, you can hate his guts. You better do so quietly, or you're not going to lead the GOP. Because right now, Donald Trump is still by a mile the most powerful, influential voice in the Republican Party. He simply is. I don't care whether you love it. I don't care whether you hate it. He is. We can talk all day long about Ted Cruz going to run for president, Ron DeSantis could run for president, Kristi Noem's could run for president. The truth is, none of that matters at all if Donald Trump runs for president. And I told you before, I don't think he will. I don't think there's a chance he will. I think he's going to sit back and enjoy being a kingmaker for 2 years and enjoy the attention. Donald Trump likes attention, as all men do. And then eventually I think he's going to play big-time kingmaker and pick a candidate and nominate him and sit back and watch that candidate win it. That's what I think. In fact, I think the candidate's going to be Ron DeSantis, who's going to get the Trump blessing. DeSantis seems to very much understand what the future of the party looks like, and I think Donald Trump recognizes DeSantis will be right up his alley. Which brings us to a little preview of what's to come. This is what's to come. We just had an election, Texas '06, the special election. What were the results? Well, Susan Rice, she got 19% of the vote. She's advancing with a guy named Jake Ellzey. But why is the Susan Wright thing significant? Well, the Susan Wright thing is significant because she's the candidate who got the Donald Trump endorsement. Yes, that's right. There was a huge field, bunch of Republicans, bunch of Democrats. The one who pulls it out is the one Donald Trump looked at and said, oh yeah, that's going to be my candidate there. And what do you know? Out she comes. The Trump model of Republicanism is what it's going to look more like going forward. Remember, Donald Trump did not create a tidal wave. Men aren't powerful enough to do that. He rode a tidal wave. Now, it was stuff he'd been saying for a long time. I'm not calling the guy a scammer, but he rode a tidal wave. Now, the Federalist had a great headline. I enjoyed this. Kinzinger-backed candidate places 9th in the Texas House race. Yes, that's right. Adam Kinzinger and that huge Never Trump wing of the party, dead last for the Republicans. Dead last in the House race. I believe it was 3%, if my number is right. Meant nothing. It did nothing. And had all this money thrown behind him from guys like Kinzinger, from guys like Liz Cheney, the hardcore Never Trump thing. So let's talk about Never Trump for a brief moment while we're doing a state of the party. Never Trump is not a thing, not in the Republican Party. It was always made to be such a big thing. Why? Well, because it was about half the pundits you see. So these are people with platforms who bring you information, bring you your shows and articles you read. That's part of it. The other part of it is Washington, D.C., the system wanted Never Trump to be true and to be significant. And I would argue the Never Trump movement could have been significant if Donald Trump took office and promptly started screwing everything up or running to the left. But he didn't do that. And so it left them no place to go. This Adam Kinzinger, Liz Cheney, Mitt Romney, Never Trump thing, it doesn't exist. And the ones who are there, ones like Liz Cheney, they're probably going to lose their next election. This is not something you have to worry about. It exists only on social media and in America's newsrooms and online. In real life, these candidates, they don't do anything. As for Liz Cheney, they're still talking about she may be bounced. Here's what one House GOPer said, quote, as we're focused on unifying the Republican conference and our mission to win back the majority, she is focused on the past and proving a point. She is alienating herself from the conference, and I have to imagine if she doesn't resign, there will be a new vote in the near future, and the result will be lopsided and the opposite direction of what it was before. Well, remember what we talked about about ego, that being one of the main problems. Well, Liz Cheney she's a poster child for that. Your last name's Cheney, super wealthy, super powerful, super wired in family. You took a stance on something. It was flatly rejected by your own base, by people in her own state, by people in her own conference, flatly rejected. And Liz Cheney can't just let it go and say, hey, I was wrong. Okay, maybe I should just keep my mouth shut. I don't think she's ever going to love Donald Trump, don't get me wrong, but just shut up and go away for a while. She can't make herself do it. Why? Well, that ego thing. Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me. Thanks.